Hello everybody and welcome to Spirit Moves. This is an adult dance class or dance class for anyone that is based in contemporary modern movements. Yogic breath work is involved, yogic movements, lyrical. So it's a mix of movements and dance work. But what our number one focus is when we do these styles and when we do these movements in a warm-up form is that we use our breath. A lot of times when we are moving and dancing, we don't breathe enough. We don't use our maximum lung capacity to open up the channels of the body, to feel rejuvenated, and to feel like you've had either a good workout or a good movement, a good cardio session in dance that is actually working on the inside of your body and helping you to feel very free and rejuvenated and re-energized. So we're going to start with a warm-up right now, and I'm going to explain all of the movements first, and then we're going to do the warm-up with music so that we actually have a flow and go through each of the exercises. So we start with the top of our head, moving down through the body to our feet. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a head exercise. So I want you to think of your body as being like a letter T. Your shoulders are down and back, your chest is wide in the front. We don't want to stick out our ribs too far. You want to think of yourself as being like flat against a wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with deep breathing. The breathing goes in through the nose. It can come out through the mouth or it can go in through the nose and out through the nose as well. I just don't want you to go in through the throat. I don't want to have deep breathing such as that unless this is something that is necessary. Now, when doing a movement or a dance class, it is very important for you to be sure that you are safe and you've asked your doctor if you have any concerns that you may be in the wrong fitness form or that you won't be able to do these kind of movements or warm-ups. Please consult your doctor. If you have injuries or past injuries or limitations in the body, it's always best that you modify to what is the best of your ability. So I am not inside your body, you are, so you have to make sure that you are actually doing the movements to your abilities and to your pace. So you don't have to be exactly like me. It's about getting what you need out of this work. So we're going to start with our head exercises. We're going to lengthen the neck on one side by placing the ear towards the shoulder, breathing in, and then breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And usually it'll be 2 to 4 counts. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to lift. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. Now when you lift your chin up to the ceiling, you never want to let your head touch your spine. What you want to do is make sure you have 2 fingers space on the back of your neck and that you're lengthening and lifting back like a rainbow. The chest is wide open in the front. And then we're going to lower the chin to the chest. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So if you notice, the change of the breath is on the change of the movement. Breathe in on one direction, breathe out. And in and out. And occasionally, if you see me through the warm-up, I'm reminding you to do the breath work. I will say, I will have my finger up on the breathe in, and then breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. So if ever you see me with the finger going up and down, it's just a reminder to you to keep the breath flowing, breathing in and breathing out on the change of the movement. Next, we're going to go to our shoulders. So I want you to make fists at the sides, or you can press hard and a flexed hands, and you're going to bring your shoulders up to your ears and release and drop. You want to tense them tightly up to your ears and release and drop. And breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and let it release. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Or I might lift a shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Just one shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. And you're going to see me round the shoulders. Breathe in and drop. Breathe out. up to your ears and forward and roll back, up to the ears and forward and roll back, then up, backwards, roll front, up, back to the front, up, back to the front. I might lift and press, and lift and press, and lift, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So you'll follow me through some of the shoulder exercises with the breathing. Next, we're going to do a rib cage pulse. So this is where you're going to stretch your ribs way out far and then contract so that your ribs are going backwards, like you have a stomach ache and it's really painful. So you contract into your body. You're going to go breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out, like you're taking a deep breath of fresh air in a field full of blossom trees. Then we're going to do this breathing in and breathing out a few times. Then we're going to go to the sides. So you want your hips to remain still and you want to shift your rib cage on top of your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Then we're going to take the rib cage in a square formation. Front, to the side, to the back, and to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Then I'm going to breathe in for a round on one direction. Breathe in for halfway and breathe out for the rest of the way. Breathe in for halfway, breathe out for the rest of the way. So when we went in the square, the fixation on the isolation of the rib cage, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then a full circle. Oh, I almost forgot, when we do the heads as well, we are going to do a circle rotation, lifting in the back. And again, you'll breathe in for half of the circle of the head, breathing out for the second half of the circle. So that will happen when we do the head. So now we are at the rib cage. So once we finish with the rib cage on the change, we're going to take our fingertips to the shoulder, elbows pulling out to the side walls. We're going to do a shoulder twist. And again, you want to keep your core muscles engaged. Tighten the stomach up, kind of like you're being squeezed into a corset a little bit. You want to keep your hip bones straight and you want the upper body to twist on top of the hips. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, only as far as your ability to go to. Don't force things. Always gradually. You can do this warm up over and over, which is the best part, but you don't want to force things too harsh in the beginning. You want to build up your tolerance, your resistance level, and your muscle flexibility. So take your time with all of these exercises. Then I'm going to turn the twist to a chop. Chopping at the shoulder, in at the chest. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Then I'm going to step into what I call my ninja pose. Palm is looking down on the top of your head, over your head. You box yourself in. The elbow is open. So this arm is nice and stretched, wide open, shoulders are down. This palm of the hand that's stretching out is facing the ceiling. And we're going to lean in the opposite direction. Breathe out. Breathe in and you're looking over to your hand. And breathe out. You're also doing what's called a side lunge. You want your knee to be over the middle toes of the foot. You don't want it to roll in. You don't want your feet to do any rolling. You want to make sure your baby toe and big toe are flat on the floor. Your opposite foot is slightly turned out as well. And you're just lunging side to side, easy going. You don't have to lock the knee of the straight leg. It's just a stretch. And you just move from side to side, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. So that's that part of the exercise. Then we're going to go into plie stretches. So what will happen here is we're going to go down, bending the knees, feet are slightly apart in what's called a slight second position, knees over the middle toes. Your back line is sliding down a wall. Pretend there's a wall straight behind you. You're going to bring the hands. I want you, whenever we use hands or we use arm work gestures, you are to think of the air as like very heavy. It's like mud. You're pressing through mud. So you're resisting energy and you're pulling it up through the prayer position. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 6, 7, 8. Push the air down. Energize your fingers. Breathe out, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to go into reverse. Breathe in, bring the hands, palms together. Breathe out, bend the knees and plie. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Keep those knees over the middle toes. Another way to keep the knees from rolling forwards like this is to actually think of your baby toes gluing to the floor and keeping your knees trying to go open, trying to open the knees towards the wall that's behind you. So you're pulling back and open. And it is definitely a stretch all through the legs as well. So we're going to do this prayer position, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then I'm going to have you hold in this position. This is where the focus of your breath still has to stay engaged. Your elbows are pointing to the side walls. You're trying to get a nice straight line across, and you can put pressure on your hands to hold yourself. If you drop or you loosen the muscles, you collapse, but it's an energized pose. And you press the palms of the hands together so that you can stay in this position. I'm going to lift a heel. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You can go as deep as you want. The deepest part of this plie, the best and most challenging, would be to have your hips right in line with your knees, straight across. I have a new hip actually just last year, so I can't force that too much down into it. So if you want to challenge yourself, you get your hips right in line. All right, so we're in this position, and we go heel up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Then we're gonna lift 2 heels, even more challenging. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Make sure your baby toe and big toe are on the floor when you're lifting these heels. You're trying to lift them as high as you can. It's not an easy pose. I will release this. And if you have to release on your own because you just can't hold it that long, by all means, just stretch your legs up and get back into position and keep trying at it. Again, it's all about the and that helps you to focus too, looking straight ahead at one point and really concentrating on the large and deep breaths that you need to do. All right, so once we have that, I'll release that a few times, and we've lifted our heels. Then what's going to happen is we're going to hold in plie, and we're going to make a fist with our hands and our thumbs sticking out, kind of like an antenna on top of a building. So what you want to do is lengthen your arms up. It's a real stretch, but your shoulders stay pulled down and back. Your neck is long. The top of your head is reaching through the roof. And you're going to do a tiny, short breath of fire. This is called the breath of fire. Short breaths that go like this. And the more you do this, in and out, the more focus you have, the more that you can hold this position. And then we're going to release it like this, bringing the arms down into a second position, reaching out from the sides, and then we'll go back into it. And all the while, and you'll see me challenge you and see how long you can stay there. And then we'll release that. And then we'll come into the last couple of movements of this particular warm-up. This is called the Gyan Mudra from yoga. The thumb and the forefinger are both together and touching. You're going to keep your fingertips to the sky, and we're going to do a march. It's like a simple march. You're going to lift your knees up. But what I want to do in this march, people usually march and they keep their foot flat. I want you to peel your foot through the floor and try and stretch and point it so the toes are downwards. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So these are marches, and we're going to keep them going for a little bit. keeping the focus, keeping the knees lifted as high to your belly button as you can get them, or to your hips. If you can't, then just peel the foot off the floor in a light way. Start off easy going and build up, okay? Once this is done, we will finish off with a rounding of the body. Now, a body round down is very important that you start from the top of the head, and you're going to peel through your back and round it like you have a camel's hump in your back, so that each vertebra in your spine actually stretches, gets a good stretch. So you're going to round chin to your chest. And a lot of people have a hard time with the chin to the chest because your neck is stretching. You round down as far as you can go, down to the ground. And you're breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And the head is the last to arrive to the top. And that is very important, that you really take the time to make your body round through the spine like this. So we'll do it with our feet apart, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to bend the knees. If you get closer to the floor, fabulous. If not, that's okay. Just hang over your legs. Keep your body weight mostly in the front part of your feet, but not so that you topple over. Breathe in, breathe out. And then we're going to do a few in this position as well, with your feet just underneath your hips in parallel position, straight ahead. I'll bend and reach my hands out forward. And we'll do a few of those. And that, my friends, will be the end of the warm-up. So that's the breakdown for you. And now we're going to try it with music together and give it a whirl. All right. So that is essentially one of the first warm-ups of spiritual moves and about spirit moves. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, by all means, don't hesitate to email and connect with me. Take care. Have a great day.